Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another replay analysis. This one is going to be Padawan versus Lemarselle. I've got rid of the little red arrow because I didn't really like it very much. So we've now got Necromantic, which is probably my favourite team, and we're playing into Dark Elves, which is my second favourite team, which is going to be awesome. And we will dive in as soon as the game loads in. Here we go. So, Lemarselle is clearly French, Padawan is not French, and let's have a look at the two teams. Dark Elves, what an unusual colour scheme they've gone for. While they're set up, we'll have a quick look at that. So we've got 3 bludgeoning blitzers and a naked blitzer, and then we've got a wrestle witch and a block witch. Block witch is great against in some matchups and not great in others. We've got leader on the runner and 12 players. This is probably either a 2 reroll. Well, this is a 2 reroll, no Apo build with 12 players. On the other side of the fence, we have Necromantic. And we can already see that he's gone for the absolute stock standard build, apart from, unusually, a ball carrier, which has got wrestle. That is unusual. Normally the ball carrier on a Necro team is, well, you know, block. So they take 4 guard, 3 block. I also note here, although I don't think it's actually made any difference. Let's look. Oh, it has. Yep, he's rolled 8 on an armor. If he'd have used Wolf, if he'd have used a Wolf, he'd have taken 1 down. Now, as I would describe myself as something as an expert of these two matchups, of these two teams, I would say that I understand this matchup pretty well. The first thing you want to do is the Necro. Is you not want to make sure that you're not giving away too much space, and that the Dark Elves aren't invited onto you with pressure. Given the fact that you've got 4 rerolls, I would be putting a reroll into that. Because what happens now, and we're all watching this from the Necro perspective, if we just flip the board around for a second, right, and just look at the space afforded to the Dark Elves, I am also very surprised that that was not a Witch Elf Blitz, because that means that you could have piled these 2 players down here, get these guys down the corner, or you blitz here and you get these guys down, right? Both work. That's a very smart play there from Lemarselle, almost. Like he's just given away a double surf, I think. So it's almost great play, but in this... Oh, I think he's okay now. No, he is okay now because these 2 little tinkers have snuck through. But otherwise, what was going to happen there, if we just pause this for a second, we got the Wraith can come in and touch here. Flesh Golem can come back and touch here. And then we can get 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to stand, probably need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We probably need to put a Zombo there and a Zomboroid there. And then a Flesh Golem on the side there. Right, so we're tying these guys up. But Ghoul goes there. Ghoul goes there. Wolf goes there. And then we just sweep both of those off the field with this Wolf here. Right, and that is absolutely sparkling as an opening double positional surf. Now, I don't think he's going to do that. But it is on the table. And this Wraith could also get quite a long way around, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could build a cage here. Or maybe he is going for it. No, he's not because of that. No way. Wait, what? What? I mean, that's a smart move on the basis that you need to get the 2 Wraiths through, right? So yeah, okay, cool. And then what? He's gonna... No? I don't know where he's putting this ball. I mean, on the floor by the looks of things. Oh, is it raining? Have we got weather effects on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, 1 million, bazillion, trillion, quadrillion % you have to put the reroll into the first pickup, right? So no follow there. That gets one of his blitzers out. If the lineman... So the lineman's not tagging. So this blitzer is now free to roam around and cause mischief and mayhem. Although chooses not to mischief. Blitzes the wolf. Follows, because he's going to have to dodge anyway. Then the witch elf digs himself out, maybe? Yeah. This is a bizarre game. This is not going the way I thought at all. I mean, the Necro... This is about as bad as it can go for Necro, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't like that. And I don't necessarily think that he got the POW. That blitz often doesn't work, right? Literally 50% of the time that blitz does not work. This ball has to be recovered. Where the fuck is the ball going? Where is the ball going? Right, if he drops this, he's completely kafucked. Right. Dark Elves. Witch Elves got simple 3+, 2+ to get a D on the ball. Let's say that this guy stood up. Oof, he stood up. 3-2, pushes it there. Wolf gets bounced into the wolf. So there's a surf on the wolf by just rolling pushes. We currently are staring down the barrel of a surf. Can we do anything with the other witch elf? Is there anything even more exciting on the table? I mean, there's a 1D. In fact, what we do now is we stand this guy and go and stand him there. Then we blitz with a witch elf. That then pushes this guy here. And the Zombarino ends up there. And then we stand this guy up and we have a 1D, which if we roll a defender stumbles or a POW, means that witch elf can pick up the ball and have off with it. I like my Surf the Wolf play more, but let's see what happens. The only problem with Surf the Wolf is that Surf the Wolf is quite a risky play. Yes. Nah. He's gone for it. Of course, as soon as you move this out the way, Legend here is going to be able to run through. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that either. Now, I don't know where that's going, but I'd have that around here, because if that works, you got the 2D here and you're just pinning down a Zombarino. She's got to dodge out and stand probably there or there. Not sure which. Probably, given the guard, probably goes there. No, doesn't do that. This is bizarre. This entire drive is not how I would do it. It's delicious. The ball carrier's just blocked randomly. The ball carrier's going to get surfed. What am I watching? There's going to be no front screen. This is going to be no front screen. We're not going to bother with a front screen today. Oh my word. Set your deflector dish to minimum. Oh dear. Oh no, hang on. Here we go. Front screen. Deflector dish set at minimum. Holy moly. Okay. I think we're gonna have to play in red versus blue. Let's make it really obvious. Okay, so both down, both down. Don't think you can stand there. Good play. Yeah, nice. He's got away again. Good, good. One D on a wolf into 1D on a power wolf. Oh dear, that's annoying. This guy hadn't moved, and I wonder if you could have done something more with this guy, but it turns out no. Now, Necro, the other thing that Necro hate, apart from rain, is players that don't fucking die. And they don't like it when you get stuck in their own half. So this is looking terribly bad for young Padawan here. But he does get his first removal. Well on Padawan. First removal, second removal? First removal. First removal. Now that ball carrier is still looking deeply exposed. And like bosses, removals come around all the time. That 4 flesh golem. And now you've got 2D on the Zombarino as well. Which makes a lot of sense. Oh, he's blitzed it. He's blitzed. Right, so the Necro, at this point, right, I'm just going to pause this for a second because this position is completely kafucked. There is no way of fixing this, I don't think. Because your three pace players are here. And you've basically got to get here next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you're not scoring. So Necro can rule out the score here. They can just rule it out. They are not scoring. It is not happening. Don't try. What you'd be better off doing now is, given that that ship has sailed and the Dark Elves are on 12, can you get any meaningful chip damage? Because I think the Witch Elf. Oh no, he's going to go. He's going to try. That ball is a little bit on the exposed side. That ball is a lot on the exposed side. So the ball is presumably going in about there. Oh, why are you cutting corners? Why are you cutting corners? Oh, dearie me, Padawan, why? Alright, well, that's the ghoul dead. No, this is an absolute golden opportunity for the Dark Elves. They're going to get 2 chances of winning this game. They are slightly unusually choosing to go for a player that's not marking the ball. I'm presuming what they're trying to do here is to create situational, oh dear, situational space for next turn. So this is one of those, rather than be advantaged now, I'm going to try and be advantaged later. That type of thing. Flesh Golem's done there, makes that look quite nice. And there's one of those occasions where the Witch Elf does not fall over. Like to see that at least one of the paperweights, yeah, there we go, goes and stands on the ball. That's a reroll. That's ineffective. And then the Zombarino needs to come around the corner here and tag out this. There's a problem here, which is the ball carrier is currently only marked by 1 player. And so the Dark Elves are picking up on a 4. Last reroll. Dark Elves shouldn't care about this. Diving in on a 4 is pretty much the correct play, almost straight away. What you could do, if you'd have gone with a Witch Elf there, right? So if the Witch Elf, that's a push, you bounce it here and you get to have a bobble. So, and you don't use this guy because he's got dodge. Put your reroll in. You've got it. Yeah. We can now play little GG music. Done this over here. Not sure about cutting the corner there. But yeah, this is super strong. One, two, three, four, five, six, 1, 2. Do you know what? Do you know what there? Hang on. Wind that back. Right. So we've got this move. Look, watch this. Watch this. There's 2D on the wall here. So we go block here. That then bounces into the sidestepper. The sidestepper goes there. We can then put an assist in, and the sidestepper assist just takes this guy out. And then we can put an assist there and blitz with wolf, and we can have 4 dice. If the other wolf attacks this guy out, that's 4 dice on the ball there. So this is rescuable with moderate dice. Moderato dice. So you should always be looking for the sidesteppers and what you can get done with them. Now, maybe, oh blimey, what we're going to see next is, I thought he was going to target down the leader, that if we can get the, I mean, the stop here is a dreamland scenario, but if we can see a bit of damage, then the Dark Elves, this is easy peasy, isn't it? Witch Elf dodges out, blitzes ball carrier, blitzes person who's marking ball, and away we go. Yeah, that's fine. You use the correct Witch Elf, and then in we pop. You've only got 1 reroll, so do not do that, because that's dub skulls into reroll, into dub skulls, ka-trunk, into a zombie that doesn't matter. Take the 1-0. So there's times and places to be gambly greedy. This was not that. But anyway, well done, Lemarselle. And I like this setup from the Necro here. I'd swap the wolf and the wraith around, but apart from that, I do actually like this setup because what he's doing is he's stopping the Necro going. The Dark Elves go straight down the middle. We'll watch this drive from the vantage point of the team that's insanely strong. And again, we see this anti-blitz setup that people are so fond of at the moment. I might steal it. I might use it in mine. Yeah, this is super strong, isn't it? The Dark Elves know that all they need to do is just hold on to the lead. And the hounds will have to go where they're told. As in, out. Right, Necro need to absolutely be wailing on anything they can get their little paws on. I wonder how many dog jokes we can get in. Yeah, they absolutely need to go and put all the pressure in the world. Oh, that's too aggressive from the Wraith. That's too aggressive. So that Wraith is liable to now get punched in the... What the f... Where's the blitz? Okay. So I thought the blitz was here. I was like, oh, I like that blitz. This blitz, no, I like. Just look where you put... What? Right. If you could just say goodbye to my little friend, that'd be great. Stand up linemen, blitz here, push this here. Wolf ends up in that square there because you've gone dunk. You've moved this guy here. The wolf ends up there, and the wolf ends up in the bin. And that is probably what Lemarselle is going to spot and do. Yep. Yep. Not worth a reroll, but you can just be slightly irritated that you got the right play with the wrong dice. Never mind. Now the runner can go and stand over here. This isn't safe. That's 4. That's not safe. What did he do? He turned over. That's just not safe. That's just not safe. And given that the dogs are behind, we can't let them out of this one. He's got to go for it. Wonder if anyone caught that one. I thought that was quite good, that one. Oh, definitely not a howler, that one. Uh-oh. Where's this zombie going? The stun bin. That was a double one. So that was actually quite a good idea, because if you do that, then you take out the wolf. You take out the assist for the wolf, right? And then this chain of events won't happen, which will be blah 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 blah. I do not like this. This is 2 into 1. They must say living on the edge, and the edge is oblivion. That wolf at the back end is not stunned. Ladies, yeah. Hello. 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 Okay, good. This is a very narrow position. Now, if you want to be all showboaty, you could blitz here and then bounce the wraith next to the ball, but I think that's terrible, so don't do that. Not sure I am blitzing this turn. I'm just going to zoom into where the space might be. I know. I'm just a little bit concerned that there appears to be more pitch than you might want. He's not going to snake the first action, is he? Oh, mother trucker! Mother trucker, he's got... That was like the biggest punish ever, and didn't happen. Pause. Woof. So we've got 2D here to push this guy here. Right, so take the chain, push the ball carrier in. I didn't see if this is activated or not. I think he did, right? Because I think he was stunned previous turn. Because if he hasn't activated, then what you can do is you can walk this guy around and you can block here and you can push the wolf again and push the guy next to the edge. And then you've got a guaranteed surf. So, and then you don't even need to spend the blitz. Where you think you're going to spend the blitz, which is here, you can blitz the witch elf. So let's see what happens. Oh dear, why would we? Okay, we would. That's why we would do that. You've got to surf this. Bring this in. I say you've got to surf this. You should be surfing this. I mean, he's not surfing this by the looks of things. There's a little surf amnesty going on, I think. But I would surf this. Right. The ball has been picketed up at it, and the wolf has run towards trouble. The trouble has been attacked by the wolf. That's a reroll. That's the hardest reroll ever. One thing I'm not sure we've completely given enough credit to is the ability for this witch elf to move 7 squares this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just go. Yeah. Punishment for that witch elf not being dead is real. Oh, wowie. Hi, I'm a witch elf and I do everything. Right. Can he get some guard in? So that opens the first door. Oh yeah, and then the other guard is here, right? So he's got 2D, 2D. The problem is he's got no ball carrying, because if he gets the witch elf on the floor, which was a big if in the first place, the ball's got a... Oh dear, that's not good for him. Yeah, so Padawan having a real moment on this one, and he's pushed that witch elf into the slot again. So the witch elf is going to run through the slot and down here and cause mischief and mayhem. And this blitzer is also not had his arm broken. So this flesh golem is currently not doing anything. I wonder if he's forgotten about it. We can see it because we've got the orbital view. He snaked again! Lemarselle absolutely trying to take this game and toss it into the nearest waste paper basket or trash can or bin, depending on your nationality. He is trying really hard to lose this game, which is impressive. So, how many's he got? Padawan's got 1 reroll left. He's now woken up the flesh golem at the back. I did wonder if that was going to be the blitz. But it looks like what he's going to do now is he's going to blitz the lineman with the wolf stood in the middle of the field here. Here we go. And then he's going to go and try and recover the ball using the El Popo. Does he throw the reroll into this? He does. And he does get it. Unfortunately, there's one small issue, which is Sophia Icor. Icor? Can't tell how big she is from this instance. Yeah, he's now coming in. This is about 92% to work this. Oh dear. What Lemarselle is good at is catching bouncing balls. And that should be good enough, right? Makes the other go for it now. This is 2 uphill. And if you can tag out the Wraith and stop the Wraith in the top corner, yeah, there we go. Lemarselle had enough of tossing this game in the bin, and in fact he's going to win. Yeah, I think this one is looking rather. Let's see what happens to the wolf blitz, right? Because ultimately the wolf might do a hero blitz. Holy moly, the wolf doesn't do any blitz. Wolves doing blitzes at this time of year. Yeah. We should, as the Dark Elves, be able to solve this one relatively easily, given that we've got a free Witch Elf and a unopposed Blitzer. Okay, so unless he wants to snake, unless he's got snakes written in his game plan again, he should be all right here. Because you can now pop the wolf. Okay, you'll have to block here. Stay put. Dodge out. Don't snake. Snake? Not snake. Snake! Yeah, and then the don't snake again. And this is known as the corner defense, where you defend in the corner. So that's an awful blitz. Yeah, there we go. He didn't even try. So that takes us through a match number 1, where the Dark Elves, despite trying very hard not to win that one, did indeed win that game. So we'll dive into the second one. And that is this one here. There we go. And we're diving in now. Oh, you get to see behind the scenes. You're not supposed to see this bit. But you can't tell. You can't see. You can't tell. We'll go back to the World Championship screen while the game's taking forever to load. So what we can see here is this would be the opponent for either Mr. Page or Edward Lover. Here we go. We're in. And so we've only got 3 more to play after this one. So let's dive into this one and contemplate how Padawan turns this around, wins this game, and takes what I think are probably one of the 3 or 4 strongest races in the game through to the next round. We're going to watch this drive from the perspective of the Dark Elves because they are on offense. And again, we're seeing this slightly different option here, where the Wolves, what we've got is a lot of width, which is wonderful. So the Necro are able to punish and get around the sides if needed. So I very much like this. So here comes turn 1. And there is no rain. No rain clouds. We're good here. I think that the Necro could actually have put Flesh Golem, White Flesh Golem on the line here and denied any blocks. Personally. This is pretty weak. We could step Flesh Golem in here, Zombie in here, and then the Wolf could come in and clatter this and take 4 dice with a Wolf Blitz on here. And then the next thing we do is we just step some guards in, and we cause him some problems. Yeah, guard goes in there. Zombie goes in and fills the gap. We have a slight minorette problem here. Is this going to be? It's not. Wolf does blitz. Wolf does cause kill. Let's see if the Wolf rolled an 8 on the armor. It rolled a 9, so it would have been a natural break anyway. And this is one of those things where people leave the ghoul just floating, right? That ghoul could go and stand there because it's an unopposable assist. It's not even an unopposed assist. It's an unopposable assist. So it just works. It just always causes problems. And the Necro really, I like what the Necro have done here. They're squidged in and they're saying to the Dark Elves, come at me, bro. So this is good play from the Necro. From the perspective of the strategy, the implementation is always very interesting to watch. And notice the Dark Elves are only running on, well, they're only running 3 rolls. They have 3 rerolls. So what they've got to do here is they've got to be really careful that if they keep doing these, see here, line, 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 right? So what you need to do is as the Necro is base all these linemen all the time, force them to just chew rerolls or take armor rolls, right? Nothing that they want to be doing. Mildly concerned about what we're going to do about this Wraith. Because there's, oh my god. No, I was like, oh, there's no way we're going to give away a surf here. Okay. So we have a 2D block here on this Wraith to open our turn. Wait, what? What? Okay. All right, we're going to go a different route. So it looks like we're going to hunt the wolf. We are indeed playing Hunt the Wolf. See, I like this opener because if this is a POW, you feel a little silly. And he's got the wolf, so it's worked out really well. But there was that had lots of opportunity to not work. And this was caused by Padawan just diving in, like, all claws, no teeth. Best way to deal with Necro when you play, with Dark Elves when you play is down, bizarrely, is you need to limit their options. So what we've got to do now, from the Necro perspective, is not go crazy and, like, base, but just limited basing. Oh, that's nice. We're going to have to double screen the back end of this. We're not going to double screen the back end of this. So the Dark Elves are going to pick this apart. That is almost certainly what's going to happen next. Where the earth is that zombie going? I say that. This is also a pretty attractive route. But yeah, coming in the middle is the correct choice. This guy should be able to blitz here, and by blitzing here, woof. Okay. Yeah, that opens. So that see how this. Oh my god. So see how the line has now gone from being, like I was saying, crush control. Well, the Dark Elves have suddenly, it's like they've just thrown their arms up in the air and gone, phew, and they've suddenly created all this extra space. And because Dark Elves, the Necro, is so unmobile, this guy should be able to continuation bid this way. Over it. No, that's too narrow. That's just offering a free hit. Like, yeah. If you're going to do that, this guy could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That makes that move sensible by putting this player over here. And then you want to be able to still go back the other way, so that blitzer needs to come back and be on this wide flank here. Because what you're then doing is threatening down the flank, because that's where you are going to go. But you're saying, hey, if you overcommit and overbalance, then I'm going to come back across the other way, because we're still movement 7, and we can slot back the other way. I think the Dark Elves could have exposed both flanks a bit harder there. But with only 3... Well, with only 2 now remaining on the pitch, only 2 decent movement pieces, the Dark Elves should be able to pick holes in this. Yeah, this is a bit fucked. So they haven't, the Necro haven't gone across hard enough, and the Dark Elves are absolutely going to zip down that sideline now. And what's different between this and the last game was Lemarselle was offered the opportunity to snake over and over again, and he decided to take it because why not? But this time. Look at these. Look at how many free dodges. So that's the first dodge he's rolled, and now snake doesn't matter. Whereas the previous turn in the previous game, it was all about can you critical snake? Can you critical snake? Can you critical snake? And Lemarselle was like, yeah, I can do that for you. And bear in mind here that if Lemarselle scores, the Dark Elves, if the Dark Elves score, this game is almost certainly over. And what is really strong from the Dark Elf perspective is all of these players are going to be able to get down the flanks. I thought he'd go for the Witch Elf. I think that's actually possibly a better play, though. Yeah, that is why I think that's a better play. And he's double go for it. And what's he killed? He's killed 2 Dark Elves. So if he doesn't score, if he doesn't stop the score, the Necro require 2 touchdowns to finish this off. So he's just blitzed. Very smart, because now he's going to be able to go and push that entire little gaggle of elves north as we look at it. The Witch Elf is going to stand probably on top of the Wraith. One thing that you would want to do, although I suppose you can't do it here, is you would want to stand this guy in the safe square, but that actually suddenly, yeah, that's really strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. There is a 3-up jump, a 3-up dodge, which I don't know if the Necro have appreciated. So we got 3-up dodge, sorry, 3-up jump. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it, go for it. There's a D on the ball. He's shut his own route there. He's not taking it. He's going to get the other wolf surfed, isn't he? Or if the Dark Elves are feeling particularly spicy, oh, they've just stopped it. Because I was just looking at going 2+ here, 2, and then 2+ here and scoring. They have actually just shut that down, which is good for them. However, ultimately the correct play now is to dodge Witch Elf out and blitz here on a 1D 1D. Right, it's 2+, 1D 1D. If it works, you're in. Oh, even better. Actually, don't do it 1D, Davo. Do it 2D. Put an assist in there and surf blitz the wolf. Yeah, because then you've opened that. The only downside now is skull both down. Right, so there's no downside. And then the Witch Elf moves out of the way. Oh, the wolf is dead. Fails regen. And in we go. You greedy mother trucker. Wow. 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 I can't believe you've stalled that. I can't believe he stalled it. I cannot believe he stalled it. Knowing that a draw is good enough, I cannot believe he stalled it. The only thing I think the reason for that he has stalled it is because Padawan is on 3 rerolls, and he probably feels a little bit like if he gets the there were 3 rerolls, Necro's 2-turn is actually not completely terrible. But I mean, this is, if he gets the stop here, we are trundling hard and loose into a, not sure I like this throw. Woo! Wowzers. So the blitz has been declared. You're only allowed to blitz here, but you don't actually have to go and blitz there. You don't have to. What are you doing? No. Why would you? What? No. Oh no. Padawan hopefully able to now defend that with the last remaining white wraith. Sorry. Dodge it out. Here it comes. And at the moment, he needs to make this. He makes it. Booyah. So it's a 4-up pickup with with a reroll. No, it's not. It's a nothing. Right. So the Necro have got a golden opportunity to turn this into a into something good. Right. Look how many Dark Elves are dead. Bear in mind you got 12. So we got 3 dead and a KO. The Necro are only going to be playing with 1 wolf. But this is golden opportunity time to be sending this into overtime. Right, what wakes up? So, Wolf wakes up for the Necro. They're going to be playing off a full deck, and the Dark Elves have 12, so they're going to be playing off 9. So indeed, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Necro require 1 touchdown to force a 3rd and deciding game. And Lemarselle must be absolutely kicking himself. And if he isn't, I should be kicking him, because wowzers. Dark Elves get an extra reroll. What can they get done with this extra reroll? Is he going to go for the 4+ surf? That's incredibly greedy. I mean, it's 75% to work. But you've got to go for the pickup first. And how far is the ghoul? The ghoul's 7 squares away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? I don't think he's going for the surf, is he? I mean, maybe he is. Let's find out, right? You've got to pick the ball up. So, ball has been picking it up, it did. No surf. Okay. Right. Pause for a second. Is there what I think there might be on the table, which is a surf of the ball? I don't know if the Dark Elves are physically got enough players, though. So, if this guy had stood in the right square, which was that one there, and we fill this square in by running the furthest player away and standing in that square there, we've got it as a T shape. If the leader stands there and you throw the 2D, he's got a choice of 3 squares. The right square is that one. But if it's a POW, your natural instinct is to go and fill one of those 2 squares in. If he fills that one in, I don't know, maybe. He's not going for it, so I suppose there's no point in me working it out. But it feels like that there was some clever opportunity on the table here. Never mind. That one's got sidestep. That one has sidestep. I mean, maybe he's just trying to knock it over. Who knows? Right. Absolutely stock still standard turn from this Necro here, which is do not do anything clever. Get ball. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go and put ball there. Smash one of these in the face with a what the fuck it. Okay. Do not throw that block. Do not throw that block. Honestly, I am struggling with some of these lines of play that I just don't see them. That foul was only a +2 foul, and the Dark Elves are already far behind. Is trading a zombie out and letting them catch back a little bit worth it? I don't know. Is it? Not sure where he's putting the ball here. Yeah, I don't know if this is safe, you know. I don't know if this is safe, you know. Maybe it is safer than it looks. Who knows? Oh, has he just chained? No, he hasn't chained someone in. Okay. So he's digging the witch elf out, right? Yeah. Okay. To give himself some threat next turn. So that witch elf is the absolute top banana here. And what he's trying to do, and I like what Lemarselle is doing. The Dark Elves are doing the correct thing, which is you target down where you can positionals, because Necro become incredibly slow when the positionals are all removed. So that makes a lot of sense. And the Necro are not trying to score this early. They will be trying to score on turn 16. So this all makes a lot of sense so far. And I think this is your last, what I like to call fuck about turn, where you take a turn and you can just do whatever you like. One thing I would really like to see the Necro do is start positioning the ball carrier with some guard around it, because the 2-inch terror over here really can get a lot of work done if she is not correctly locked down. And it looks like we are going to see, I think she's a little bit far out of range at the moment, so the ball carrier just needs to come across one, I think. The Necro are having another plan. Let's watch the drive from the Necro perspective, since they are on attack. Zombo has to come across and stand there. Yeah. Okay. So now what? You'll be turning stand firm off is now what? You'll definitely turning stand firm off. Thou shall not turn off stand firm, even into one dice. This is brave, because there was a free casual surf on the table there. That was good, because by digging him out, he doesn't get surf potentially. So, Necro, look at the board position, look at your turn timer. You know you're on the clock, you know you've got 4 turns left to score, and and the Dark Elves are almost perfectly positioned this, right? They've offered you a choice. So imagine the red pill and the blue pill, right? Red pill is go right into nice lush fields and grass and green open space, and have opportunity laid out before you to do whatever you like. And blue pill is going to the sidelines and get completely crushed and not be able to advance. And he's only got 1 reroll left. This is making me nervous. Okay. I think the strategy now might be that the Dark Elves are... sorry, the Necro are saying, well, it's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to batter them into submission, and they're not going to get through. This is a nice move. I like this. This is locking down, to a degree, the Dark Elves. To a degree. By not knocking over the blitz from the last turn, you have got yourself into a bit of a bother, and the wolf has just been... what was that? What was that? Street Fighter, not Street Fighter. What was the Virtual Fighter character that did the flip? Sarah, wasn't it? That was her name. A bit of a menace with her legs, that girl. And you see here, right? Green pill, red, blue pill. Green pill, blue pill. That's what has happened. I mean, this is still fixable, right? We have the 2D here for the chain to push this way and step over here, then we can clear. But ultimately, we're probably going, oh my god, you've got to eat that. What? Okay. He finds the kapow, but the zombies are so slow that, and I don't think you're going to be able to form a complete cage in the middle here. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. Okay, you're going to put the ball. All right. So the green grass of Dover has been explored. And this Zombarino probably wants to stand here or here. Do you know what? Bizarrely, I actually like here. I like here because who doesn't want to be lucky? Yeah, I like that because it's just putting a tackle zone. If you knock it over, that's fine. You didn't do anything on your turn 14. Fine. Who gives a shit? And he's going to dive me, isn't he? Here comes the dive. That's not what you need when you're diving. And that is also not what you need when you're diving. And that is also completely not what you need when you're diving. Into not what you need when you're diving. So, of things that you need not when you're diving, Lemarselle managed to completely collect the entire sticker book album all in one go. However, a 1 in 9 at this stage is probably curtains. I thought that was the blitz. It's French for curtains, I think. So, if that had been the blitz, we could have moved this guy forward. Bearing in mind, we need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's currently in range. But we could have been stood here, right? If we'd have blitzed, we could have been stood here. Is he gonna? He's gonna agree to blitz the blitzer? Look at the Dark Elves. Look at the massacre. Look at why I like playing Necro. And then you can go and close the final door. And here comes the Dark Elves. Holy shit. Oh no! Oh no! It was a hero play of the ages. It was an absolute monster of a play. You should be making this blitz 3 dice, or you should be making the. In fact, you should be making both of these 3 dice, right? That should be 3 dice because it doesn't need many more assists, and then this should be 3 dice as well. And if you're Yeah, so this is 3 dice. Good. It's already 3 dice. That didn't need that. That's extra dice. And the wolf is in scoring range. So this is a 3-up to tie up the game and force overtime. Sorry, another round. Can he make the 3? Or has Padawan blown his reroll? Oh, he's dropped it! Oh, man. Well, that was a game I very much didn't expect stuff to go the way it did. So, what we can say here is, congratulations to Padawan, congratulations to Lemarselle, and we can say commiserations to Padawan and his Necro. We don't know yet who Lemarselle will be facing in the next round, but we do know that if I can get past Jalev, it'll either be Lemarselle or the winner of Paige and Edward Lover in the quarterfinals. So we will see if I can squeeze past the young American. If you enjoyed the content, as always, please like and subscribe and leave a little comment. What do you think of that game? What do you think of my reaction to that game? Whew. Anyway, see you in the next one. Bye for now.